Well, hey, everyone. Good morning. Today is Monday, April the 7th, and I am going to show you what sold between Saturday and Sunday. That will be April the 5th and 6th. As you know, I came back from vacation this last week. So last week was a pretty quiet week, but I was surprised with how my Saturday and Sunday ended up turning out. Pleasantly surprised, really. But yesterday I posted 10 items for sale. I'm actually thinking of kind of giving myself a little challenge to do 10 items every day this week to see if that helps kind of pick up some sales. For those of you that are resellers, you know that if you go on vacation and put your stores on vacation, it really kind of messes with you, and it takes a while for that algorithm to kind of pick you up. That's my personal opinion. But I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 items that sold between Saturday and Sunday. So that's pretty good. Overall, I had 18 sales for the week. That will be Monday the 31st of March through April the 6th, Sunday. That's how I do my weeks. So anyway, 18 sales. So that means I had only sold 10 items up until Saturday. So the weekend really saved me. So let's just get into it. I'll show you what sold, what my profit was on each item, and we'll just kind of go from there. Now, the one thing that has not happened is this item did not. I use Vendoo to cross list items from one platform to another. And when things sell on Facebook Marketplace, Vendoo doesn't get recognized on Vendoo, so that it automatically delists it from your other platforms. So I am just simply going into Vendoo right now. I'm marking that it sold on Facebook. That way it will delist on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. So for those of you that, if this is your first time, I am a part-time reseller. I'm a full-time hospice on-call nurse. And so I am reselling to help pay off our debt. That way we can both retire and hopefully have our house paid off. So my husband can retire. He's about 6 years older than me. And I would maybe like to do this one day full-time so I can quit my full-time job. So that is what I'm working towards. And actually today is the first day that I will make a payment to our third. We have paid off 2. I've paid my student loans off, and then I have paid off a small credit card, and I'm going to start with the big one. I feel like once you get the little ones out of the way, then it's like oh my goodness, let's do this. Let's get this thing paid off. So we'll talk about that at the end of the video. So if that's something that interests you, please hit the like button and possibly subscribe. I try and do daily ship with me's. If I have a day that I don't sell anything, I might wait and do a video kind of combined. I've been having some editing software issues, so I have been trying to do videos where I don't have to edit much at all, just because it's been a pain in my bottom. But anyway, this I have had listed forever. This was a Facebook Marketplace sale, and it is a very cute little blouse. It's got a wide arm. It's a Jane and Delancey. And this is not a it doesn't fly off the shelf or anything. I know TJ Maxx sells this brand. I don't know where this brand originates from. Maybe one of you know, but I do know that TJ Maxx has this brand. So I have had this listed forever, seriously, forever, couple years. And I have ended and sold similar. I've lowered my price on it. And I did have a sweet lady reach out to me Saturday, I think it was. Yeah, Saturday. And she just asked, she must love the brand because she asked if I had any other Jane and Delancey size 1X tops. Because she was interested in more than just this one. And so I told her I needed to look in my inventory and get back with her. And I was not home at the time. We actually had family in town this weekend. So I knew I was going to have to look. So I got with her late Saturday evening and just said, I'm sorry, I don't. So she just purchased this one. I had marked it down to $9 plus shipping on Facebook. So after my fees and the shipping, my net profit is $8.42. So I'm just happy to see it go. Especially since it was a Facebook sale. It was a nice surprise, and it's gonna go in my standard little Ziploc with a thank you and in a 10 by 13 poly that I get off of Amazon. I do have affiliate links and on the things I buy off of Amazon. If that interests you, it's in the description. And it is going out the door. So thank goodness. Those long tail items, it's just such, even when you mark them down, it's like a breath of fresh air, right? When they sell, it's like, finally, that sold, finally. So I feel like I just need to kind of do a quick wipe down. Here we go. All right. What else did I sell? Let's see. I had a Mercari sale. And, oh, let's talk about Etsy. I'll just go in order from how it's stacked here. So, I did make one Etsy sale, and it's these Vintage Simplicity 9806 and McCall's 3813 costume patterns clown July 4th. So this McCall's is kind of like an Independence Day. I think I tried to put Independence Day and I didn't have enough room. And then clown costumes, they are rather older, but they look to be in pretty great condition. And so I posted these together in a lot just because, you know, they were costumes. And I felt like if someone makes homemade costumes, they would be interested in both of them. So this is going to San Diego, California. These sold for $9.99 plus shipping. I always charge shipping except for Mercari, and I'll talk about that on my Mercari sale. So $9.99, and my net profit was $7.92. So same thing, going out in the poly. And I am happy to move those. You know, this was the first time I had tried patterns. I actually got these in a, I haven't talked about cost of goods because the Jane and Delancey, I don't have a cost of goods on, truthfully. It was so long ago. I did get these patterns at the end of the year in a bag sale, so I did not pay much for them. And truthfully, I did not have time this morning. We had family at our house this morning, so I did not have time to look up last year's cost of goods. But I do know that I got these in a bag sale. They were also in a haul that I did at the end of the year, and I did not pay much for these at all. So all right, the next item is this Mercari sale. I liked this shirt. You all also saw this in a haul. This was purchased this year, and it's this Shanky's Whip. Let me find it here. Shanky's Whip Irish liqueur men's Henley 3/4 sleeve t-shirt size XL. So this is what it looks like. It's very cool, made in Ireland. It's an Irish liqueur, and I got this at my local Goodwill. So just saying I got it at the Goodwill should tell you that I did pay up for it. Well, I consider up for it based off of what I pay at my little thrift stores where I can put things in a bag. Okay. And I just saw that there's a line, and it's like a line of dust or something. So I might have to wash this today or see if I can just rub it out. So I'm not going to close this up. But anyway, it's not bad. It's just, I notice it. And see, now that I'm putting it up, I can't even notice it. But when I folded it, I could. Where'd it go? I sure don't notice it now. Was it my eyes deceiving me? I bet it was on the edge. No. Okay, well, now that I can't see it. Okay, there it is. Okay, yeah, there's like a line of dust. See that? A line of dust or something. So I think I'm probably gonna wash this. I have time just because this was just purchased yesterday. So I think I'm gonna give that a wash or kind of rub it off and see if it'll come off. But it looked to be in like brand new condition when I bought it. So I think it's just from laying out here, and I must have got something on it. But anyway, it's sold for $24 on Mercari. On eBay, I posted it for $18.99 plus shipping. Mercari, I do not use Mercari shipping. I do not use Mercari shipping, and I do not use Etsy shipping. So what I do is I just adjust the prices to include shipping when I list on those platforms. So anyway, I lost my train of thought, but okay, $24. It sold for $24. Sorry. You know, like when you're, it's Monday morning. That's all I can say. And I've just been, yeah, it's been a long weekend. So anyway, $24 is what I listed it for on Mercari, and it sold for that. And my net profit, because I got this March the 4th for $4.74 at my local Goodwill. So, you know, I almost paid $5 for it. So my net profit's only $12.34, but I think that's like a relatively good, I'm happy with that. It sold really quick. I just actually listed this, I want to say the week before last. So anyway, I'm very happy with that sale, and I'm happy it's gonna hopefully go out here pretty quick and get out of here. So, and then the other ones are eBay sales. So let me get to my paid and shipped so I can talk about them. Here we go. All right, the first one is a flannel, which I have talked about the flannels in the past. You know, I kind of collect flannels through the year, and then at the end of the year at a Christmas craft fair, I sell flannels for $5. So I will only pick up flannels in like the bag sales or a garage sale where I get them, you know, $1 or less. So this was just like a Walmart George brand, and it didn't sell. So I listed it for $6.50. And I mean, I put in there, I'm clearing out flannels. So I do it for $6.50. I do not offer to where they can make an offer. It's like they can either buy it or they won't. But I did send out, I think because you know how we can send out 10% offers. So I did send an offer out to them and they accepted. So they bought it for $5.85. And then after fees, my net profit on this was $3.94. So not, you know, I didn't make a ton, but to me, it gets it out of my inventory. I still made a buck or two off of it. I don't have to hold it until next Christmas for that craft fair, and I'm happy with that. So I'm happy to see it go. And really, I was like, what do I want to do with all these leftover flannels? And I thought I would maybe put them in my flea market booth for like $5 just to see if I could sell any. And then I thought, let's just put them for $6.50 on eBay and see if we can't sell some. And I think I've sold, 3 or 4 of them. So it's a good price, even for a Walmart flannel. It's a good price. So I'm happy with that. I'm getting rid of a flannel in this box down here that's full. I still have like a few to list. I have just a few to list. So, and this is going to go out in a 12 by 15 just because I didn't have the room in a 13 by 10. All right, so there's that. That was the cheapest item that sold. This, I'm not gonna say it's a bolo, but it sold the same day. It sold very quick. And I know when I did the haul, I told you guys that this brand it's got a following. They use organic fabrics. It definitely has a following. They're not, the items from this company are not cheap, and that is Pact. P-A-C-T, Pact. They use organic fabrics. This was a size XXL jumpsuit. It's like an oversized jumpsuit. It's charcoal. I got it at my local Goodwill this year, March 23rd for $8.32. I knew that I was paying up for it. But when I ran comps, the comps were like around $40 to $50. And so, and I could tell that it was going to sell, like the sell-through rate was pretty good. So, I don't remember what it was off the top of my head, but I remember when I looked it up, I was like, okay, yes, I'm going to pay $8 for this. And so, yeah, I listed it yesterday. It sold within a couple hours with an offer of $30. The reason I listed mine lower, as I was laying it out to take pictures, I noticed on this pocket there is a hole. And so I disclosed that. You can't see it really until I was inspecting it. Like I never saw it in the store. And so I was sitting here inspecting it for pictures, and I was like, well, that's a bummer. So anyway, it's still a good piece, and I am not sad about taking $30. I still made a good profit. My net profit on this was $16.82. So not bad at all. I don't feel like that was a super quick flip. Imagine if I would have like posted it the day I bought it. It would have been like out of here quickly. I like seriously hate, I hate having to lint roll. Okay, so I know for a fact I can squeeze this in a 10 by 13 because I did. And that's what my plan is, that I'm gonna do this. I am gonna do it. So, how was y'all's weekend? Let me know. It was pretty good. I've not listed anything today. I actually have a doctor's appointment, and I've got to go to, I'm going to stop by Lowe's or Home Depot and get some different shelving, I think, than what I have. I don't want to spend a ton. Garage shelving is so expensive. It really is. I don't want to spend a ton, but it is. Like, it got below freezing last night. We had frost. It's supposed to do it again today or tonight. Okay, I got it to fit. Super happy with this sale. Make sure I have Okay. I just want to make sure I have the right label because yes, I do. Because the person that bought its name does not match the shipping name. So I kind of wanted to check in and see. So that was a pretty good sale because my net profit was over $15, and I am a bread and butter seller. So if I can net profit 15, 20 plus, I am ecstatic with those sales. So, all right, next item is this Chico's. You all saw this in a haul this year. I got several pairs of these. They are Zenergy by Chico's, size 3. And it's just a brown cropped athletic pants. And I got these in a bag sale for $1.05. I got them February the 10th. Some lady must have donated her entire collection because she must have liked to wear these every single day of her life. I think I came out with like 8 of them. And so I went ahead and put them all in my bags. I have noticed once I got home, there were like 3 that had loose seams like on the crotch or the butt area. So I did pull them from my inventory, and I'm just going to redonate those. So that was kind of a bummer, but I've definitely made my money back on all of them because I think this is the 3rd or 4th one to sell, but these sold for $15 and my net profit is $11.04. So super happy that they took up like no room in the bag. So if I remember right, that day I had a few bulkier pieces. So it was nice to find these because I could really roll them up well and like stick them in the bag, which brought my cost of goods down overall for everything I bought that day. So, okay. And then the next is another item I got in a bag sale, but this was from this last year. It was at the end of the year. I will say that. So I don't have the cost of goods, but I know I did get it in a bag sale. And it's from one of my favorite places in the United States. It's a destination shirt. You all see, I will pick up destination shirts all the time. And it's from Jackson Hole, Wyoming. It's just beautiful. I actually wanted to keep this for myself because, like I said, it's, I don't want to say Jackson Hole is like one of my favorite places, but the Grand Tetons is in Yellowstone National Park. I absolutely love the Grand Tetons. I think they're beautiful. It's just, yeah. You can definitely stand there and see God's glory, and it's just one of my favorite places to be. Like, it just brings you so much peace just standing there looking at them, you know? But anyway, so Jackson Hole destination shirt, and my title is Ouray, O-U-R-A-Y, because that is the brand of the shirt. Jackson Hole, Wyoming, destination souvenir long sleeve t-shirt, men's XL, and this sold for $12.99. And my net profit is, if I can find it, I know I wrote it down. Yes, I did, at the very bottom, $11.08. So, yay for that. That was a good one. Usually destination shirts, I do put them around $12.99. Unless I find like some hole or, you know, something wrong with the shirt. And I've been seeing some destination shirts go out lately for sure. So that's awesome. Okay, and then I have this one. I want to make sure I did not, I don't know where I put that shipping label. Okay, I'm missing a shipping label, so that's kind of scary. I want to make sure that the shipping label, yes, is for that person. Yes, so that's right. This is like, seriously, I cannot stand when I do this. Oh, I picked it up. Okay, and that's right. So, whew. If you've ever screwed up big like that, you know why. I double check myself now. Because you don't want to send a bunch of packages off to the wrong people. Because that's a nightmare. Okay, so this was not a super great sale, but I'm very happy. I got this at the end of the year also in a bag sale. This is a cool long sleeve button up. It is a Ralph Lauren size 2 or size small. So it was, it's really pretty. It's April and it's selling here. So that's a nice surprise. I love, because these buttons are snap buttons, but they say Ralph Lauren on them. Just a very high quality shirt. I do believe this was vintage, but I did not add it because I wasn't 100% sure. But my title's Ralph Lauren, Paisley long sleeve snap shirt, women's small. Oh, I did put vintage, so I was pretty sure, I guess, that it was vintage. And usually you can tell by the tag on the inside. Sometimes it takes a little bit of research to know when those tags came out. But just a nice nice shirt. I was reluctant to get it because it was a small, but it was just so nice. And some people will not pick up Ralph Lauren items unless, they're brand new or they're black label or purple label, which are the expensive ones, but I will. They sell, Ralph Lauren has a following, especially vintage Ralph Lauren. If you find some cool pieces, they will sell for you. And then this last item is actually a personal item of my husband's. He went through his shoes and he decided he did not need these anymore. And these are a pair of Justin Original work boots, Cappy, men's size 11, mock toe, brown leather shoes. And this is what they looks like. They were definitely used, you can tell. And my husband was like, I'm just gonna throw them away or donate them. Like, that is my husband and I are very, very different people. I save everything, I will flip everything, and he just wants to throw stuff away or donate it. He wants it out of his sight the minute he decides he doesn't want it anymore. So anyway, opposites attract. Definitely. And I am reusing this box. This box I had bought some shoes that came in this box, and so I'm gonna reuse this box. I hope the people don't mind, but this is what recycling is. And so these sold for $30 plus shipping. My net profit on them is $25.37. I have no cost of goods in this item. And I'm gonna just tape this box up after I'm done. So that was the end of my week. I ended up with 18 sales. Like I said, my net profit for the week was only $201.92. So, I am not complaining because that is I feel like it's pretty good for being on vacation, coming back from vacation. And I didn't post for 2 days when I came back. I was tired. Then I had to, work my full-time job and finish my full-time job. I had taken like a half a week of vacation to go on vacation. So when I did come back, I had to go right to work. Since I am a hospice on-call nurse, I worked nights, and I was up all night for 2 of the 3 nights. So it was a pretty exhausting week. And then to finish on Friday, not have any sleep, finish my charting, then family came to town, family left this morning. It's been pretty tiring. Like I've had to push myself to do what I did. And so I'm okay with that. I'm happy that I kind of helped pick some things up at the end of the week. Imagine if I, wouldn't have had vacation stuff. I probably would have had an amazing week. But anyway, I'm happy with what I have. So I know I wrote this somewhere. Where did I write it? I wrote the totals so I could tell you guys. I'm like, where am I putting stuff, you guys? Okay, here we go. So my debt payoff, for those of you that are following my journey, if this is something that interests you, then I hope that this kind of gives you some motivation, because for the longest time, I told myself I was reselling to help pay off debt, but then I would never just make those payments. It was just, we would do other stuff with that money. And so reselling has helped, go on trips and do this and do that. But it wasn't until the end of last year I really got serious about it. And my husband and I are just at a place in our lives where we are midlife. I just turned 46. He's 51. And if he wants to retire, if we both want to retire, we just know our debt needs paid off. We don't want all this when we're older. So anyway, I really got serious. For those of you that have followed me this far, thank you so much. It means the world to me. And truthfully, your positive comments just kind of helps keep me going. So I just want to say thank you. So I did pay off my student loans. Yes, I was 45 when I finally got my student loans paid off. But hey, that was $35,000 of debt over a span of, 20 years. So I finally, I think when I started paying it, I only owed like $1,400 or $2,400, something like that, $1,400 maybe. And so I finally got that paid off. And then I did just pay off our second piece of debt. And that was just a little $1,000 credit card. So I just decided, looking at the rest of what I have to pay off, they're all pretty good chunks. And so I just told myself, let's go big and get this one paid off. And so this piece of debt is $9,075. And it's scary to say that out loud. $9,000. I have to pay off $9,000, $9,075.09. So, but I'm starting it today. So my payment I will be making, just because this was a lower week, I take 25% of my net profit and I add it to a bill. So this week, since my net profit was $201.92, my payment will be $50.48. But I do know, as daunting as paying $9,000 off, I do know that to get it paid off, I have to make these payments, and I will be making one every week, unless I have a week with no sales. I will be making an extra payment every week, and I do know, because I've done it, I've paid 2 other bills off. This is how you pay off bills. You strap down, you motivate yourself, you make the sales, and you make the payment. You have to make the payment in order to pay it off. So I will be making the $50.48 payment today, and we'll see how long will it take me to pay off $9,000. It might be the rest of this year. I don't know. You guys might be following me. It might be the rest of this year. It took me a couple months to pay off the $1,400, a couple months to pay off the $1,000. So yeah, 9,000. It's probably going to take the rest of this year. Maybe not, but that's my goal. I want to pay it off as soon as I can. And there we have it. So that is my new piece of debt is $9,000. And it's a little scary to say out loud to whoever's watching this, but reality is most of us have debt. I don't want to say we all have debt. Some people are very smart and they don't ever have debt. So anyway, but the only way to fix your mistakes and to change things is to change them. So here we go, 9,000. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.